All right. As I said, big issue is the question of the confidence that Democrats have. We went into the weekend, last weekend, a week ago, with Democrats feeling really worried. And because of developments over the weekend and into the early part of the week and through most of this week, I would say Democrats felt a lot better. They felt energized. And part of that is the Fox interview was, I believe people mischaracterize it, Republican spin for the most part, in saying the Fox interview was intended to simply rev up the base. Just don't believe that. It was intended to rev up the base and to reach undecided voters, more moderate, including some Republicans. I don't know if it achieved the second thing. It certainly achieved the first. And part of why Democrats were feeling better in the middle of the week was because the base was revved up. And when the base revs up, the blue echo chamber says she's doing great. She fought with Bret Baier. She's doing these podcasts. She's out on the stump. Her performance level, as we saw this morning, in the clips we showed, is better. And so they were feeling better. It swung back a little bit tonight. And the main reason I believe it swung back, or not the main reason, a main reason, is an ad from Bob Casey, the Democratic incumbent senator in Pennsylvania, whose polling lead over Dave McCormick, his Republican challenger, has tightened according to almost every public poll and private polling, which shows the race almost a dead even. And Bob Casey, like all incumbents, is interested in Kamala Harris winning, but he's interested in saving his job. And I think Republicans are making a very big deal about this ad. You'll see why in a moment. And Democrats are trying to avoid talking about it. So let's take a look at number one, please. Bob Casey, new ad in Pennsylvania.
A Republican.
And I'm a Democrat.
Our marriage, pure bliss. But on politics, we just don't agree. Except for Bob Casey. He's independent.
That's right.
Casey's leading the effort to stop corporate greedflation and price gouging. Casey bucked Biden to protect fracking. And he sided with Trump to end NAFTA and put tariffs on China to stop them from cheating.
So in this House, we agree. It's Bob Casey who's doing right by Pennsylvania.
I'm Bob Casey, and I definitely approve this message.
So we'll talk to our guests in a moment about that ad, and I'll probably show it to you again because I think it's so significant. But you imagine, trying to think of an analog for that, if Rick Scott in Florida ran an ad bragging about working with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris on two things, how remarkable that would be. So what Republicans are saying, and again, I want to hear our Democrats to see what they think about it. What they're saying is it shows Bob Casey knows that Donald Trump is strong in Pennsylvania. Some say it shows they know he's going to win Pennsylvania. Kind of extraordinary in the polarized environment in which we live. Whatever you want to read into it, just at a minimum, for an incumbent Democratic senator, a member of a party that despises Donald Trump, to brag about his working with Trump on two issues is a pretty big deal.